Are you one of those who sees their problems as a burden? Are you one of those who sees their problems as being unmanageable? Are you one of those who seems to feel crushed under their problems, who seem to get drained out by trying to ruminate about their problems? If you are one of those people, then watch this video till the end and discover how you actually innately have the capacity to solve all of your problems and have the ability to come out even stronger, to take up the problems even bigger than what you are currently facing. So let's get right to it. So the first thing is first, if you find your problems to be unmanageable, if you find your problems to be burdensome, you have to take 2 steps backwards and then look that problem from a place where you can actually remove yourself from it. If you do not have the capacity to remove yourself from the problem, then what happens is that your problem will automatically make itself seem bigger. It will automatically make itself seem more complicated. It will automatically make you the victim of everything that is happening to you, and you not having the capacity to control your reality, and you not having the capacity to create your reality, because you are so burdened by the problems that are in your life that you cannot see a future that you can create for yourself. So you have to break down your problems into small bite-sized problems. That means the problem that seems so big, that seems so burdensome, that seems so unmanageable is because of the fact that you have literally made that snake look so big. The snake is just a snake. You don't have to make it look so big. If your imagination is somehow enlarging the picture of the problems, is because of the fact that you somehow do not like to see your problems as they are. The problems that are in your life must be seen as they are, and eventually you'll see that the snake is not even a snake, it's a rope. The thing in itself is not scary, but what you make of itself makes you feel that it's scary. So you have to have the ability to see your problems in bite size. That means your problems must be divided, should be put down on paper, and exactly put it in the words that this and this is bothering me. The problem in itself will seem so small to you that you will realize the fact that you were being scared of something that really was not that big, and then move towards that goal that you had set for yourself. The problems only come when you are actually moving towards something that you want. Now the goal that you have set for yourself, problems will only arise then. So the first thing is first, that you have to become a goal-oriented person. You have to become a person who is absolutely chasing their dreams, who is absolutely certain of what they want, or even if you're not certain about what you want, you have to have that capacity to see through the challenges. If you are trying to make money, if you're trying to earn money, you have to realize the fact that the reasons that you have given to yourself for not having enough money is your problem. It's not the problem that somebody else is going to fix for you. That problem is something that you have to fix for yourself. Because if you in the end do not realize the reasons that you've given for yourself, to yourself, the fact that you do not have the capacity to make such and such money is because you're not conscious of the reasons that you're giving to yourself for not having that money, or you're not conscious of the fact that you can actually have that money. But the problem that is stopping you, you've made it so big in your mind that you cannot actually put it on paper and actually work on that and just try to resolve the problem from that place of knowing, of you knowing that you have that power within you to actually go towards anything that you desire or you want. So the first thing is that you break down your problems into manageable segments, and once you begin to start breaking them down into manageable parts, what's going to happen is that you will have the capacity to not make your problems so dreadful. Your problems will become your ally in helping you solving them, because once you have broken them down, once you have put them in manageable parts, those manageable parts will then bring its solution to you, and one by one you start to solve them one step at a time, one foot ahead of the other, and that's how you will reach the top. So do not be scared of what your goal is. Do not be scared of how big your goal is. Do not be scared of that, because the bigger the goal, the bigger the chances that your problems will seem to look more bigger for you. But the reward in itself is the fact that the dream would not have manifested for you in your imagination if you did not have the capacity to actually overcome your problems. So the next thing that you do is you're going to find people that have bigger problems than your own. Because what happens is that there's a famous quote by Zig Ziglar that says that if you help enough people get what they want, they'll help you get what you want. So sometimes when we feel that our problems are so big that we just cannot manage them, that we get so crushed underneath our own problems, what we do is we're going to find people that literally have bigger problems than us. And once you find those people, you begin to start helping them solve their problems. And once you realize that there are people that have bigger problems than us, the burden of our problems eventually becomes smaller. We see that really there is a lot of suffering in this world, and we really see that our problems that we think that is upon us is something that we can literally manage now, because we have allowed ourselves to be out there and see what other people are facing. And once we realize what other people are facing, your problems will eventually become so small, and the value that you've given to your problems will eventually decrease, and you will now have the capacity to actually overcome them. And the most important thing is that I want to caution you with this extra information on this, that make sure that you do not entertain people that exaggerate their problems. There are people that are literally, if you sit with them, even if they don't have a problem, even if they don't have any illness, what's going to happen is they will eventually exaggerate their illnesses. They'll exaggerate their problems to the point where literally they can drain your energy. Like you won't have any energy to solve your own problems. So the caution is to not be around those people that entertain their own problems. Stay away from those people. But find people that genuinely are having problems, and once you solve one problem, you will have the capacity to solve another problem for another person, because it's easier to solve other people's problems than to solve our own problems. And trust me, when you get in the habit of solving other people's problems, you will generate more energy for your own problems to be solved, and that will in turn generate even greater power to solve other people's problems, bigger problems than yours. So do that, and it's an action step, so it needs to be acted upon. You cannot just think about helping someone. You have to really go out there and do something for people that really you feel would have a bigger problem than yours, or literally are having bigger problems than yours. So we get on to the next thing, and the next thing is the fact that you have to immediately catch your attitude when you are ruminating about your problems. So what happens is that we somehow do not see the attitude that we are in. The attitude that you carry with yourself is something that can literally make or break you as a person. Anywhere. Like literally anywhere. So people can literally see through your attitude. People can literally see through what kind of a person you are by just how you behave on a day-to-day basis with your attitude. So that attitude check is important. That attitude needs to be in check. That attitude has to be consciously looked upon, because your attitude is what creates a different reality for you. If you have a positive outlook towards life, that attitude is going to take you forward. That attitude is going to excel your career. It's going to excel your relationship. The positive attitude that you develop for yourself will help you solve your problems and will make you shine in front of people, because you are one of those who are problem solvers, and you will be admired by people. If in a relationship your partner will be appreciating you almost every time. If you have the right partner, they will appreciate you for actually taking care of stuff that could be problematic for them, and eventually you'll see through the problems. You will have that ability to see through those problems. So be a person that carries a positive attitude, and you will see your problems fade away immediately. And the last and the very most important thing is the fact that your thoughts are things. Like, just make sure that you're not blaming people, you're not complaining about people. Make sure that you are not doing any of those things. Make sure that you're not literally feeling negative about your problems. The most important thing is, do not feel negative about your problems. Your problems may be big, but it does not give you the authority to actually feel negative about them. That is not going to do anything purposeful for you. It will eventually make things even worse for you at home. It will make things worse for your children, for your family, for your workplace. Everywhere that you go, you will carry that spirit with you that will repel people from you, that will literally pull people away from you. And you do not want that. You do not want people to be pulled away from you. You want to attract people. You want to attract the right kind of people in this life, so that you can excel your careers, you can excel your relationships, so that you can have the best life possible for yourself, so that you can actually be the best version for yourself. And what you can do is you can actually unlock opportunities that may not seem to be available to you right now. But the fact is that if you blame and if you complain about things, remember, it's all over for you. Even before you begin, it's all over for you. The moment you blame and complain about things, your problems, your everything, it's over for you. Like, there's no hope. There is no hope for people that complain and blame. Let me tell you that for a fact. If you do not change those things about you, then what's going to happen is you will live in a very bad place. You will live in a very dark place, and that dark place does not hold any light for you, and people will repel from you, and you will feel miserable because of the fact that you have allowed yourself to not become bigger than your problems and actually see your problems from a place where you could actually have overcome them, where you actually could have been the master of those problems. You could be the master of your problems, but you did not, because of the fact that you allowed yourself to let it overcome you. So do not be that person. I would suggest that you seek a mentor, seek someone who can transform your behavior. If you find your workplace to be a place where you feel that that's where your negativity is being generated from, I would highly recommend that you change your job, that you literally move out from that place, so that you actually can see the person you have become now, and you can actually transform yourself. Because unless you do not see your behaviors and your attitudes and your habits, and until you don't realize them for yourself, you cannot transform them. You cannot change anything about you if you are not aware of what you are right now. So are you on the course of developing yourself? Are you on the course of being the best version of yourself? Are you doing that? Are you a person who somebody can rely on? Because those are the things that are going to really push you towards being successful, towards having the ability to attract the right opportunities, to having the capacity to actually bring you everything that you have ever desired for yourself. But remember the fact that you have to become a person of the right mindset. Your mindset must be cultivated on a regular basis. It is like feeding your body. Even the most challenging workouts can be tackled if you give the body the right supplements. So what supplements are you giving to your mind? What are you feeding to your mind? Take conscious note of that and begin to develop those habits. Begin to change those ways and develop yourself to the point where you feel proud of yourself. And at least, even if nobody else feels proud of you, at least you should feel proud of yourself that you did this one thing and it worked for you. So the point is, your problems are your own creation and you have the capacity to overcome them. You have the fight in you to overcome them. You have the courage in you to overcome them. You have everything in you to overcome them. It's just that you need to be in the right mindset. You have to know that wherever you are right now, you've made some mistakes in the past. What you're doing is you're forgiving yourself for those mistakes that you made in the past, so that you can actually grow, so that you can become that person who has the capacity to change their lives. You have that capacity to change your life. And I don't just say it because I feel like saying it. I'm saying it because I myself have had the capacity to change my own life. So I'm saying it from experience. I'm saying it that you could be in a bad place, but if you are relentless, if you are consistent, if you are disciplined, if you have that ability to see through every challenge, if you have that knowingness that you will overcome, then you will overcome. Faith is something that comes from repeating the same thing over and over again. So you have to say to yourself, you're stronger than who you were, so that you can actually see through those dark moments with light. You have to be your own light. You have to shine a light on your own self, so that once you shine your light to yourself, nobody can shun that for you. Nobody has the capacity to take that away from you. So just remember the fact that you have a lot to give, you have a lot to look forward to, that your problems cannot take your gifts from you. The blessing that God has blessed you with is there hidden inside you, but you have to literally become that version of you that has the capacity to overcome all of your problems. And trust me, that's why the problem really exists. The problem exists just so you can overcome it. So hit that like button and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more of such videos. And I'm going to be back again. So see you soon. Thank you.